in practice yesterday. We didn't do a lot of contact, but he didn't go through everything yesterday.
Billy, can you say yet how you're going to start?
I'm going to hold that right now.
Okay.
Did he do anything in shoot around today?
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
I mean, he did some light shooting, but I mean, didn't really do, again, he didn't do the entire shoot around.
Are you afraid it might become a long-term thing, or do you just think it might just be?
Yeah, I mean, I found out this morning, and to be honest with you, it was about 15 minutes before we went into shoot around, and you know, I just kind of focused on our team. So, like, other than that, they just told me he was out today, and I've said this before. I really trust our medical staff, so you know, we'll see where he's at tomorrow.
Coach, what makes Giannis such a special player?
Well, I think his skill level for his size, you know, he's really, really long. He puts the ball on the floor like a point guard. He's really improved his shooting. He's really good going to the basket. He's a multi-dimensional player defensively with his ability to block shots, protect the rim, guard multiple positions. You know, he's obviously one of the better players in the league.
Billy, you've been asked about integrating Carmelo and Paul George many times throughout the season, but has it also been like you've almost had to integrate a different kind of Russell too because of the way he played last year compared to how he's playing now and having to work around the guys that he has around him now?
Yeah, I mean, I think for all of our guys, you know, the hard part in the beginning of this one, you know, getting Carmelo right the day before training camp started. You know, Russell missing a good portion of training camp. Alex missing time, Patrick missing time. There really wasn't a lot of time in training camp for these guys to play with each other, so that probably set us back a little bit. And, you know, what Russell was the MVP last year, and he's having to play different than he did last year, and he was the MVP. You know, Carmelo's been an incredible scorer and elite player in this league for a long time. He's had to change. You know, same thing with Paul, same thing with Patrick Patterson or any of these guys. Everybody's had to change a little bit for the betterment of the team. So when you're going through that process, you know, they're all having to give different things up and or not only give things up, but also play a little bit differently for us to be, you know, more effective. And I think that just takes time. And the thing I've always said is to work with them every single day, the open-mindedness, the willingness to do different things, you know, is great. And they're not a group of guys where it's like, no, I'm not doing it. This is who I am. This is what I do. It's never been any of that. And I really, really respect that because they want to do what's best for the team and they want to win and they want us to be the best version of ourselves. And they all understand that takes a level of not only sacrifice, but giving certain things up. And I think Russell's had to figure that out. I think Carmelo, Paul, Patrick, Alex, everybody's last year is a little bit different. You know, Steven's role has even, you know, changed quite a bit. They've all had to change a little bit, and you know, that's part of it. But they work at it every day. They take to film. They take to different kinds of changes or adjustments we've tried to make. I mean, it's been really a great group of guys to work with.
Billy, where do you need to see continued growth from Alex on defense? What would you like him to focus on competitively?
Well, you know, the biggest part for Alex is he is a smart player and he's gotten better defensively. He always generally does a pretty good job when he's in the right position. When he gets out of position a little bit, then all of a sudden guys are attacking him and he's closing out or guarding the ball from a place of weakness instead of a place of strength. That's probably the biggest thing for him, you know, is doing those kind of things. Because he is smart. Listen, he's never going to be Andre Robertson. You know, he's just not. And but he still has the ability, I think, to be a good team defender.
Billy, is there any concern with Paul being out that Russ and maybe Melo, some other guys try to do too much? And where can Steven help out tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to necessarily make up for Paul's absence tonight by putting that load on one player. You know, it's got to be a collective group and team effort to do that. You know, we've got to stay with the things that we've been doing. Paul, for us, in a lot of respects, you know, has been a facilitator, a playmaker for us. So that's a playmaker off the floor. But we've got to do different things as it relates to the ball movement, where other guys can make some plays and create some offense for each other.
Billy, Steven didn't really start really consistently integrating the floater into his game until I want to say like the beginning of last year. But I'm sure that was something. I mean, he says that was something he was working on long before then. I know you only had 1 year before that, but when did you start to realize, like, this is a real weapon that can be integrated into your offense?
Well, it's only a weapon if he can make it, because it is a shot that he practices and he works hard. It's hard for Stevens sometimes and for big guys, because sometimes when the pass is thrown to him a little bit earlier in a pick and roll or in the pocket, where they catch the ball is really, really critical. And I think Stevens done a really good job of figuring out, like, when he catches the ball, where he's at. That shot from 15 feet's not good, but when he can't get all the way to the rim and he's between the free throw line and the restricted area, he's done a really good job of making that shot, and we feel comfortable with him shooting that shot. I think it's just something that he's kind of gotten better at, he's worked at, and he's developed confidence in.
Do you think Steven, I don't even necessarily mean from an ability standpoint, like, let's say hypothetically he has the ability to do it, do you think Steven, with his personal philosophy on basketball, would ever be a person who took mid-range shots?
Yeah, I think Stephen would do whatever you asked him to do for the team. He would definitely do that. I think there'd be something where he could develop that. He's got a lot of raw natural ability. For us and for our team, because of Carmelo and Russell and Paul and different players, that's probably not a shot we need him taking right now this year. We do need him rolling. We do need him catching the ball in the pocket, making decisions, getting the ball to the other side of the floor, connecting our offense at times. But it's not something that I would say that he could not do or doesn't have the ability to do. It's just probably not something we need from him right now with our team.
Anybody else?